Welcome, everyone, to the Friday series called Letting Your Light Shine, based on Matthew 5, verses 15 and 16, where Jesus commands us to shine our light before people so they may see our good works and may glorify our Father in the heavens. In this video series, I highlight only good news, such as random acts of kindness, as well as humorous, educational, and inspirational thoughts, to help keep everyone encouraged during these trying times. And please, I ask you, I beg you, please share these with everybody that you know, plus my other 2 videos that I've been doing every week for the last 6 years and barely have a following. I worked very hard to present this to you, and I really wish it would get to more people. Anyway, let's start with some good news. And thank you to those who are following. That is good news. At least some of you out there actually care. Now, good news. A life-saving gift from a stranger halfway across the world turned into an unforgettable wedding moment. At 33 years old, Katie Sikala was facing a diagnosis that wouldn't go away. After years of unexplained low blood cell counts, she learned in 2020 that she had something called myelodysplastic syndrome. It's a condition where the bone marrow gradually stops producing healthy blood cells that the body needs. Without intervention, her health would continue to decline, and what she actually needed was a stem cell transplant. But to get that, they had to find a match. And so finding a donor can take time, sometimes even years. But in Katie's case, something extraordinary happened. She officially entered the transplant system in August of 2021. And by October of the same year, just 2 months later, she got the news a perfect match had been found. She told People magazine it was a young man from somewhere in Europe, and that's all I knew. Perplexed, she said, who was this literal angel that would take the time out of his life to do something like this? She was completely overwhelmed by the idea that someone she had never met, someone who wasn't being paid, had chosen to help save people, and in this case, her life. She added, my immediate reaction, truthfully, was shock and just an overwhelming amount of gratitude. Well, that angel turned out to be Karol Zwierzyński, a 25-year-old man from Poland. Now, when he received the call that it was a match, he stepped forward without hesitation. And that's very painful, by the way, to extract stem cells and bone marrow. After the donation, both of them were left with only the smallest details about each other. Zwierzyński knew only 3 things about Katie. The recipient was a woman, she was in her 30s, and she lived in the United States. That's it. That's all he knew. He said, I was shocked that someone living so far away could have DNA so similar to mine. At the same time, I was deeply moved and full of hope that my stem cells would engraft successfully and help her return to health. Well, while further testing was done, all they could do was wait. But eventually, though, when the required waiting period ended and everything lined up, Katie didn't hesitate. She wanted to know the person who had given her a second chance. Zwierzyński reached out first in March 2025, opening the door to a connection that had already changed both of their lives. Now, not long after, Katie followed her heart and extended an invitation for him to come to her wedding. And of course, he said yes. So in December 2025, Zwarzinski and his wife traveled to attend the celebration, turning what began as a life-saving medical procedure into a deeply personal, full-circle moment. A video capturing their emotional meeting at the wedding quickly spread online, drawing more than 1 million views. During the reception, Zwarzinski addressed the crowd with a message that resonated far beyond the room. He encouraged others to consider becoming donors and said, somewhere out there, your Katie may still be waiting. Today, Katie is in remission, and her story is a powerful reminder that sometimes, just sometimes, the person who changes your life forever starts as a complete stranger. Pretty cool. And now to our fun fact of the week. Did you know that Tic Tacs got their name from the sound they make when they're tossed around in their container? That's why in a lot of their commercials, they rattle the box with Tic Tacs in it to tell you that's why it's named that. But then they don't tell you that. No, now you know. Now, here's our riddle of the week. Okay, listen closely. All right, Simon's dad has 4 sons. 4. Their names are March, April, and May. All right, here's the question. What's the name of the 4th son? Pause if you need more time. Don't cheat and look it up. What's the name of the 4th son? First 3 are March, April, May. So what do you think the 4th son's name is? Give me. Goodness gracious. And the answer is, why, Simon, of course. Simon's dad had 4 sons. Get it? All right. Give me a thumbs up if you got it. All right, this leads to our random acts of kindness. Now, this story is so cool. A simple breakfast stop turned into a moment of pure kindness thanks to a 3-year-old boy who saw a stranger sitting alone and decided no one should have to eat by themselves. What was supposed to be a quick, unplanned visit to McDonald's in El Reno, Oklahoma, became something much more meaningful for Ashlyn Drew and her son, Hudson, affectionately known as Huddy. Ashlyn said, we didn't plan on stopping, but once inside, Huddy noticed an elderly man sitting by himself. Curious and concerned, he asked a question that stopped me in my tracks. Where's the man's kids, Mommy? Well, Ashlyn gently explained to him that they were likely grown and living their own lives, but that answer just didn't sit right with Huddy. So what does he do? Huddy walked right over and asked the man if he could join him. When the man said yes, the toddler climbed right up into the booth and sat down for breakfast like they'd known each other for years. Ashlyn said, it made me cry right there in the middle of McDonald's. For her, though, the moment wasn't surprising. It was simply who Huddy is. She added, since he was born, he has always lit up the world. He's a very sweet kid, and I always say, live like Huddy, because he doesn't see people differently. He loves everyone, as we all should. Well, the video of the touching encounter has since spread across TikTok. I'm on the joke still. Racking up over 1 million views and reminding people everywhere just how powerful a small act of kindness can be. Ashlyn hopes the story encourages others to reach out, especially to older individuals who may be feeling alone. She said, when you see an older person, more than likely their spouse has passed away, an older person by themselves. More likely their spouse has passed away or maybe is in a nursing home. So She encourages everyone to take the time to say hi, give them a smile, and maybe even sit and visit with them. They can tell you some great stories. And I agree. I used to hang out with old people all the time, and lo and behold, my main demographic in preaching is older people. Go figure. As it turns out, this wasn't just a random meeting. The family later discovered the man lives only a few miles away from them, and had been good friends with Huddy's late great-grandfather. The family says they plan on sharing many more breakfast dates with them in the future. Isn't that awesome? I just love stories like that. All right, and now here's our 7 inspirational thoughts for the week ahead. These are all from William Morris. Number 1, the true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. Number 2, have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful to you. Number 3, it took me years to understand that words are often almost as important as experience, because words make experiences last. When you talk about them, of course. Number 4, to do nothing but grumble and not to act, that's throwing away one's life. It's a waste of time, folks. Do something. Number 5, no mere man is good enough to be another's master. Number 6, life's jewels are not all strung on one strand. You got multiple necklaces. And finally, number 7, the past is not dead. It's living in us. And it will be alive in the future, which we are now helping to make. I like that one. And that brings us to the best news of all. You can't deny it, folks. The good news of Jesus Christ. So here's our Bible verses of the week from Psalm 27:3 and 2 Corinthians 10, verses 3 and 4. Though an army has besieged me, my heart will not fear. Though war has broken out against me, even then I will be confident. For walking in the flesh, we do not wage war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not fleshly, but powerful to God toward the demolition of strongholds. Amen to that. I want to thank everyone for watching and remind you to let your light shine in whatever way you can. Hope this series helps everyone stay encouraged at all times. Please join me Sunday morning as we continue our series on the background of the New Testament letters, and Tuesday afternoon for a Bible study called Talking About Jesus, where we're continuing a new study on the history of denominations. I truly hope you'll join us for all of these and share them with everybody you know, please. And now, may God bless you and keep you, and may His glorious light shine upon you. Have a great weekend, my friend. See you next time.